Right now, an 18-year-old kid is carrying the entire weight of a multi-billion-dollar football empire on his shoulders. But nobody is asking what it's doing to his mind. While normal 18-year-olds are worrying about college exams and hanging out with friends, Lamine Yamal is driving luxury supercars, signing multi-million-dollar deals with Adidas, and dealing with a contract that legally values his body at €1 billion. To the world, he's the ultimate fairy tale, a modern prodigy dominating the global stage for Spain. But behind the viral TikTok edits and the flashy highlights lies a dark corporate reality. Tonight, we're exposing the golden cage. We're going inside the intense media isolation, the predatory nature of modern soccer hype, and the terrifying financial desperation that forced Barcelona to risk a teenager's physical and mental health before he even had a chance to grow up. To understand how deep this trap goes, we have to look at what happens when you lose your anonymity overnight. Growing up in the humble streets of Rocafonda, Lamine was just a kid who loved the ball. But the moment he stepped onto the pitch for Barcelona's first team at just 15 years old, his childhood was effectively over. Think about the psychological toll of that. You go from playing video games in your bedroom to being chased down the street by paparazzi. You can't walk into a grocery store, you can't have a normal conversation, and every single mistake you make is analyzed by millions of people on the internet. Western audiences understand the dark side of child stardom in Hollywood, the burnout, the isolation, the loss of identity. But in soccer, it's even more predatory. The media didn't see a boy who needed protection. They saw a commodity. They slapped the label of the next Lionel Messi on his back before his bones were even fully developed, creating an impossible standard that has broken grown men. But here is the darkest part of the story that the clubs don't want you to talk about: the financial desperation. FC Barcelona, one of the biggest clubs in the world, entered the mid-2020s facing a catastrophic financial crisis. They were drowning in over $1 billion of debt. They couldn't afford to buy expensive superstars, so what did? They looked at their youth academy and found a child. They didn't just play Lamine Yamal, they overplayed him. Out of sheer economic necessity, a 16 and 17-year-old kid was forced to play maximum minutes in the most physically brutal league on earth, just to keep the club sponsors happy and ticket sales up. To protect their asset from wealthy state-owned clubs in Paris or Manchester, Barcelona locked him down with a historic €1 billion release clause. It sounds like an honor, but it's a golden cage. It means he is too expensive to ever escape, trapped inside a high-pressure system where his body is expected to perform like a machine, risking severe career-ending burnout before he even turns 21. We've seen this exact story destroy prodigies like Ansu Fati and Pedri, and yet the industry is doing it all over again. Now, at the 206 World Cup, the hype has reached a fever pitch. The Adidas campaigns are everywhere, the net worth is skyrocketing, and the pressure from the fans in Spain and the UK is suffocating. Every time he touches the ball, he is expected to generate a miracle. But underneath the bright lights of the American stadiums, you have to remember who is actually out there. It's not an uncrackable robot. It's a teenager who is still figuring out who he is in a world that only cares about his transfer value. The corporate machine of modern soccer doesn't care about emotional exhaustion or mental wellness. It demands entertainment, and it demands it now. Yamal is running on pure, raw talent, but he is running on a clock that is ticking way too fast. He is sacrificing his youth, his peace of mind, and his long-term health to feed a multi-billion-dollar machine. Lamine Yamal has the world at his feet, but the history of this sport tells us that the brightest stars are often the ones burned out the fastest. We are witnessing genius, but we are also witnessing a massive psychological gamble. If this deep dive changed the way you look at the game, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss our next investigative documentary. Drop a comment below. Do you think Lamine Yamal will survive the pressure, or is the soccer industry destroying its finest talent? Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video.